Hey, just a short little video to show you how to terminate a Category 6 RJ45 insert onto a Category 6 twisted pair cable. This right here is a Cat 6 cable, and this is a Cat 6 jack. And the Cat 6 jack usually comes in a little kit bag like that, which is usually the what they call the jack insert, and then a couple of caps that go on top. Take a pair of scissors and strip away some slack. Now the right way to do this is to take your scissors, make a little bitty notch right there, and then take this little, it looks like dental floss, it's called ripcord. Take this little dental floss and pull back, about another inch. The reason we do that is in case we might have nicked anything when we did the little trick with our scissors. You pull that back, then use your scissors to carefully cut off the slack of this, what they call the jacket, this outer skin on the cable is called the jacket, to be as close to the place where we terminate it as possible. What we don't want is for our cables to be connected this way and then have this extra, exposed twisted wire hanging out like that. We want to get it up as close as possible. We also don't want to untwist these wires any more than we absolutely have to. Now, on most of these jacks will usually be a little color code on the side. And I don't know if the camera can focus well enough, but what this is you've got blue on this side and brown on this side. So the blue is the blue is punctuated with white stripes here, and the brown has brown and white stripes there. What that means is that in your wire, you've got these twisted pair which come with a combination of a blue and a white, a brown and a white, a green and a white, an orange and a white. So what they're telling you here with this little diagram is that with your blue pair, which you're going to put in these two slots, you want to put your white one on the one that's got the white blue markings, and you want to put your blue wire in the one that's got the solid blue. And repeat the same process for every other spot. So I'm going to get started by taking the wire and figuring out about where I want it to be, and then beginning to put them in the basic areas where I'm going to need them. Basically just kind of doing a little pre-staging here. Okay, so basically that's what my pattern's going to look like. Now on the other side, it might seem a little confusing because there's like an orange and a green, and they're on opposite sides, top and bottom, and you're like, well, why is it like that? Well, you can't see it, but on the very top there's a little A in between the orange and the green, and then on the bottom there's a little B between the orange and the green. What that's saying is that if you terminate the wires matching the top way, you'll have what's known as a 568A termination, and if you terminate them on the way they match on the bottom, then you'll have a B termination. Generally, most of the time you want a B termination. Whatever you do, you want your jack to match the other end. So if your other end is a patch panel, if your patch panel has a B style termination, you want B style on your jack, okay? Generally, if in doubt, use B. A is less common. All right, so I'm going to take these wires and I'm going to untwist them just enough to get them in the slots the way I need them to go. Because the trick is to not have to untwist these wires too much. The more that you untwist them, in other words, the more that the wire is untwisted between the time it leaves the jacket until the time it ends up in that jack, is more likely that noise and interference can get in. Now, if you're new at this, don't get too stressed out about that. If you've got, a half an inch of untwisted wire between here and the jacket, it's still going to work, okay? It's still going to work just fine. This is just kind of me being a perfectionist. They make this stuff designed to handle 1 gig networks, the Cat 6 with the Cat 6 jacks. I find, though, that most of the time, many people are still running 100-bit networks. And moreover, even when the cable doesn't quite meet the muster for Cat 6, in other words, when I test it, and it doesn't come up as a Cat 6, but rather comes up as a Cat 5, it still handles the 1 gig with no problem. All right, so don't get too stressed out about the twisty thing. Okay, so that's kind of what it should look like when right before you're ready to cut. All right. Now I can see already I've made a mistake, so I'm going to go back and fix my mistake. What I did was I messed the pattern up on the green and the blue. This is a good reason to double check your work right before you start cutting. I had the green towards the back. It needs to be towards the front. Same thing with the blue. The thing that drives me bananas, and I've been in this industry for many years, is that every one of these jack manufacturers has some kind of a different pattern for the way you lay out the wires, which I just never could understand why they couldn't just agree on one pattern for everything. Okay, next I need my punch down tool with the 66 cut blade. This is the blade that goes inside here, all right? The 66 cut blade. If you don't know where to get one of these, you can get one of these at Home Depot, or if you want, there's a link on the website that's listed in the description that shows you a link where you can get these things on Amazon. They're not too bad. You can get a pro grade one for about 80 bucks, or you could get a beginner grade one for probably about 30 bucks. Okay, so what I'm going to do is with the cut blade in there and cut the cut end is the one that's got the little triangle, the little slanted side to it, is I want the cut side on the outside. In other words, I want the cut to be facing away from the jack. As I'm going to go down on each one of these slots, I'm going to push in this little blade on top of each one of these, and what it does is it uses a spring-loaded bounce effect it's called an impact, is a spring-loaded impact to drive the wire down deep inside that groove where it gets pressed in between two little metal teeth, which then make the connection. Simultaneously, that cut blade is cutting off the end of the wire that we don't need with that. Okay, once this is done, then you put your little dust caps on top of there. They're also called retention caps. Basically what they do is they keep oxidation and air, and they keep also the possibility of the wire popping out of there. But anyway, that's what it should look like when it's done. And again, ideally we want the skin or the jacket of the cable coming all the way up to the very end of the, right before it goes in and gets terminated. We don't want exposed wire back here. Okay, so that is a Category 6 RJ45 terminated to a Category 6 cable. Thanks for watching.
Punch down. So yung punch down tool natin, ito yung itsura ng punch down tool natin sa dulo, no? Okay, kung makikita nyo, meron sharp dito. Yan, yung sharp na edge. O yung dulo na yan, ayun yung pangkat ng wire natin. Then itong port na to, yan po yung ating pangtulak para maging pantay. Okay, so ang gagawin natin ngayon guys is ikakat natin to. Kailangan natin mapalabas yung wire. So ano makita nyo, nakalabas na yung wire. Dito natin siya ililapat lang natin siya dito. Okay. So dito sa part na to, sa punch natin, hindi natin kailangan i-straight na masyado to yung cable natin. Ang kailangan natin is pag-iwa-hiwalayin to. Ayun ang ginagawa ko. Hiwalayin ko lang siya. Okay. So ngayon yung hiwa-hiwalay, arrange natin siya sa color code na binigay sa atin, no? KB568B. Yung brown, white brown, green, white green, orange, white orange, blue, white blue. So ito yung arrangement ng color codes na. Okay. So hindi ko na ni-straight, no? Hindi ko na diniretso yung paggawa ng cable. Okay, so para mas maganda yung pagka-create na ng pag-punch dito, tandaan nyo lang palagi na yung may kanto, itong matulis, dapat siya yung nasa labas ng wire. Kasi itong ibabaw na plate yung puputulin natin. At ang paggamit ng punch down, dapat naka-straight lang siya. So ganyan, pantay, hindi po siya nakatusok, hindi nakaangat, hindi nakatagilid. Dapat po, diretso lang. Okay. So meron dito, meron tong mga slot. So may bilang to, 1 to 8. Okay. Para maganda po yung pagkakagawa natin ng pagpapatch, kunin natin yung pinakagitna. Okay, so iwalay natin to. Yan. Kunin natin itong tatlong kulay. Yan. Tira natin yung dalawa. So, ibig sabihin itong dalawa na ito yung gitna. Kuha tayo ng butas dito. So, may hati yan. May division. So, 1 to 8. So, dito tayo sa gitna kukuha, no? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, 1, 2, 3. So, itong gitna na to. Yan. Okay, kung titignan nyo, ang paglapag ko, okay, ganyan. Nakikita niyo yung kulay blue o yung insulator natin, yung goma. Okay, nakadikit siya, halos nakadikit na siya ron sa ating touch panel. Okay, so ganyan yung proper way. Then, posisyon tayo dito sa harapan para maharang natin ito. So, ang pagtulak nito is straight lang. So, 90 degree lang. Naka 0 degree, no horizontal. So, push mo lang siya. So, nakita nyo, dahil nasa edge mo yung putang cut, naputol yung wire na excess. Okay, ngayon naikabit natin, na-i-place na natin na mas maayos. Pwede na natin ngayon set up yung mga pagkakasunod-sunod ng colors. Right. So, na-i-place na natin lahat ng cables natin. Ngayon, ipapunch natin siya agad. So, gano'n lang yung procedure na out lang to sa labas kasi nandito sa labas yung wire. Yan yung pulis na to.
Hi, we're going to show you how to make a straight-through Ethernet cable and a crossover Ethernet cable. You will need the category 5E cable or Cat5E cable, a modular plugs or RJ45 plugs. Also, you need the crimping tool. You can also get LAN cable testers so we can make sure our cable is working correctly.
Let's start with the straight-through Ethernet cable. First, we need to scar the sheet so we can expose the little wires inside. You have to do this very gentle so you won't damage the wires inside. Now, we can pull the sheet coating. We need to separate the little wires and arrange them to T568B color pattern. We have white with an orange stripes, solid orange, white with a green stripes, solid blue, white with the blue stripes, solid green, white with a brown stripes, and solid brown. We need to straighten up the wires so it will be easier to put them inside the RJ45 plug. Once our wires are straightened up, we can now cut them to proper length so it will fit nicely with our modular plugs. Double check to make sure that the wires are in correct order. Because once we crimp the wires, we cannot pull them again. Insert the wires inside the plug and we can see that the wires are separated out inside. Make sure that the wires are properly inserted all the way up to the end of the plug, and also make sure that the cable coating is inside the plug.
Next is, we're going to show you how to make a crossover Ethernet cable. This is not very different to our steps of making straight through Ethernet cable. The only difference is the color arrangement of the wires. In T568B, straight through Ethernet cable, both ends must have the same color pattern of wires. While in T568, we have white, green stripes, solid green, white with the orange stripes, solid blue, white with the blue stripes, solid orange, white with the brown stripes, and solid brown. Arrange the wires with this color pattern and straighten up the wires. Cut the wires in proper length. Insert the wires inside the RJ45 plug. Crimp it using the crimping tool. The other end of the cable must have the color pattern of T568B. And there you have it. Thanks for watching.
Okay, ang gagawin natin ay networking. Okay, unang gagawin natin, punta tayo sa ating start, then type natin CMD para malaman natin ang ating default gateway, then type IP config. Okay, kung mapapansin nyo, ang default gateway na nakita natin ay 192.168.0.1. Okay, at least alam na natin kung ating default gateway. Punta tayo dito sa Mozilla. Then type natin yung 192.168.0.1. Enter. Nakapasok na tayo kay TP-Link. Then type natin yung username ng admin. Then yung password ay admin din. Admin. Malilit lang. Then, nakapasok na tayo sa ating TP-Link o sa ating router. Ang kasunod na gagawin natin ay punta tayo wireless. Then, ito, papalitan natin ng pangalan. Iyan. Then, save. Kahit anong pangalan, pwede dyan. Kung ano yung maisipan yung magandang pangalan ng inyong wireless network. Okay, nakasave na. Punta tayo ng security. Pabaguhin natin ang ating password. Okay, papalitan natin yan ng CSS_2022. Bahala kayo kung ano yung gusto nyong password na gagawin dyan. Then down lang ulit, then save. Okay na? Then, punta tayo ng network. Punta tayo sa LAN. Then, baguhin natin ang ating IP address para hindi kayo mapasok ng ibang marunong sa pagsa-set up ng ating mga router. Okay? Palitan natin ito ng 2. Bahala kayo kung anong ilalagay yung diyan. Basta tugma sa ating router. Then save. Then antayin lang natin yung ating rebooting. Antayin lang natin mag 100%, then magre-reboot yan at maiiba na yung ating IP address. Mabilis lang pag-set up ng ating router. Basta tama lang yung iyong inilalagay. Okay, malapit na mag 100%. Sa pagsa-set up ng router, hindi dalian. Para wala kang maiwanan, dapat ay mahaba ang patient mo. Ayan na, 100 na, naglabas na siya. Then, mag-in ulit tayo. Kung mapapansin mo dito sa taas, iba na yung kanyang IP address. Ano? Naging 192.168.2.1 yung inilagay natin kanina. Pasok tayo, admin. Password ay admin din. Hindi naman nababago yan. Nakapasok na ulit tayo sa ating TP-Link, sa ating router. Then, pasok tayo sa DHCP. Palitan lang natin ito. Gawin lang natin yung 10 at gawin natin 12. Down ulit. Then, save. Tapos noon, punta ka na ng wireless. Then, punta ka na sa iyong wireless filtering o wireless MAC filtering. Dito, kailangan naka-allow para makakonect ka. Kunan natin yung ating cellphone. Okay. Ito yung iyan. Mapapansin nyo, iyan yung pangalan ng ating router. Connect. Kasi nakakonect na ako kanina doon. Pero ang pinaka-password na ay CSS_2021. Buwan natin, forget. Then, ayun na. Pasok tayo, iyan. Then, ang password na ay CSS_2022. Okay? Connect. Yan, nakakonect na tayo. Pero kung gusto mo i-disable, ay tanggalin mo lang ito. Disable mo lang yan. Okay? Kung mapapansin mo, wala na, naka-disable na yung aking cellphone. Okay? Then, kasunod naman, ituturo ko naman sa inyo, in case na hindi nyo makita, yung for example, kaibigan mo na gusto makakonect sa iyo at hindi siya makakonect, pwede mo siyang i-add. Add. Then, ilalagay mo dito yung mga address ng cellphone niya. Then, description kung sino yun. Then, save. Kung ayaw mo siya pakonectin, then, enable, disable lang. Okay? So, makikita yun. Depende sa cellphone. Yung sa cellphone ko kasi nandito sa Wi-Fi. Then, setting. Na ito yung aking MAC address. Pero hindi ako makakonect kasi nakakonect na ako dito kanina. Sabihin, kailangan ay yung ibang cellphone ng kaibigan nyo. In case na hindi makakonect sa inyong router, ay pwede mo siya.
Hello! Ituturo ko naman sa inyo kung paano gumawa at mag-set ng static IP address using this server. So, simulan na natin. From Windows Server 2008, ang una ko munang gagawin ay titignan ko ang aking IP address sa paggamit ng CMD. Itatype ko ipconfig, enter, lumalabas na ang IP ng aking computer server ay 192.168.67.133. Samantala, ang subnet mask ko 255.255.255.0 at ang aking default gateway nang galing sa aking ng router 192.168.67.2. Ang gagawin natin, magsisimula na ako mag-create ng IP address. Paano? Sa ibaba ng taskbar on the system tray, may internet icon, right-click at pindutin ang Network and Sharing Center. Pagkatapos pindutin, dito sa Manage Network Connection, click natin to. Dito, ang gagawin natin, sa Local Area Connection, right-click, Properties. Tapos, kung mapapansin ninyo, sa Internet Protocol version 6 o TCP/IPv6, kailangan naka-uncheck sapagkat hindi tayo gagamit ng version 6. Bagkus ang pipiliin natin, Internet Protocol version 4, select and click Properties button. May dalawang pagpipilian. Obtain an IP address automatically at use the following IP address. Pag nakaselect ang inyong IP dito sa unahan, ibig sabihin, ang lumalabas na internet sa atin ay dynamic. Sa makatuwid, ang binabato ni router na IP address ay dynamic. Ngayon, pipiliin natin yung pangalawa. Use the following IP address. Bago ko muna simulan, ipapaalala ko lang sa inyo ang ating gagamitin na IP address. Bubuksan ko lamang to. Ang IP ng aking router o yung tinatawag natin default gateway ay ito, 192.168.67.2. Samantala, ang subnet mask, kagaya ng nabanggit ko kanina, 255.255.255.0 at ang ating dynamic IP address na siyang tinatawag na IP para sa mga client ay ito. Meron tayong IP full range, starting at ending. Sa makatuwid, 10 IP address para sa 10 workstation area for client. Magsisimula ang bilang sa 101 at magtatapos ng 110. At ang ating server, gagawin ko isang static IP address at ang ibibigay kong IP ay 192.168.67.5. Pinili ko ang 5 sapagkat hindi naman tatamaan sa IP full range ang starting at ending ng 101 to 110. Ganun din, hindi naman tinamaan ng IP address ang default gateway ng aking router. Laging tatandaan, iwasan natin magkaroon ng duplication IP address. Here, yung server, itatype ko 192.168.67.5. Ang subnet mask, automatic, pag pinindot natin, mag-a-appear po yan. Samantala, ang default gateway, gaya na nabanggit ko, itatype lang natin kung ano ang default gateway na ginawa natin sa ating router. Samantala, sa preferred DNS server, uulitin lang natin kung ano ang tinype nating IP address para sa ating server. 192.168.67.5. Ito yun. Huwag kakalimutan at huwag malilito sa IP address, sa subnet mask, default gateway, at preferred DNS server. Pagkatapos natin ilagay lahat yan, ang gagawin na natin, pindutin ang OK button, close button, at bilang panghuli, dahil may ginawa tayong IP address o may ginalaw, huwag kakalimutan sa local area connection. Ang gagawin naman natin ngayon ay ganito. Pagkatapos palitan o i-update ang IP ng ating local area connection, ang gagawin naman natin, select local area connection, right-click, disable. Ngayon naman, ang gagawin natin, matapos i-disable, right-click, enable. Bakit nga ba? Para na sa ganon, ang ating internet o ang ating IP address ay mag-refresh. Para pag sinelect natin at binuksan natin, makikita natin ang pagbabago. Tignan natin. Gamit ang aking DOS command, itatype ko ang IP config. Ngunit bago mo na yon, mapapansin ninyo sa tinype ko kanina, merong nag-appear na IP version 6 address at mapapansin ninyo sa IP version 4 address, binibigay ng ating router sa server ay 192.168.67.133. Ngayon, subukan na natin i-type IP config. Malalaman natin kung naka-update na ba ang ating server. Enter. Ayun, nag-update na nga. 192.168.67.5. Samantala, dito, 67.133. Nagbago na. Meron pang isang pamamaraan ng pag-IP config para makita natin ang kabuuang IP address ng ating computer. I-type lamang ang IP config space /all. Enter. Dito, ipapakita niya ang kabuuang information ng IP address na meron ang server. Kung mapapansin po ninyo, dito sa bandang Ethernet adapter local area connection, meron po kayo ditong makikitang IP version for address na kung saan ang 192.168.67.5 is the preferred. Ibig sabihin, ito ang IP at permanenteng IP ng server, ang subnet mask, ang default gateway mula sa router, at makikita nyo sa DNS servers kung ano rin ang tinype natin kanina ay siya rin ang nakalagay dito. Halos pareho lamang. Ganun lang po ang gagawin natin sa pagpalit ng IP address ng computer server. Ngayon bilang huli, subukan nating tignan ang connection ng ating IP address. Select ko CMD, itatype ko lang ulit IP config, at gagawin ko, itatype ko ang ping 192.168.67.5. Enter. Kailangan ang lumabas dito ay 0 loss %. Yun, nagawa natin. Sa makatuwid, stable ang aking connection. Ganun lamang po at maraming salamat. Good day! Ituturo ko naman sa inyo kung paano mag-setting up ng isang Windows firewall gamit ang client at server. Simulan na natin. Using my client, ang una ko munang gagawin ay from taskbar or system tray, right-click, open Network and Sharing Center. Gagawin natin sa ibaba Windows Firewall. I-click natin ang Allow a Program or Features through Windows Firewall. Pindutin natin ang Change Settings para na sa ganon, maklik natin ang bawat box na kailangan natin gawin. Change Settings. At ito ang mga sumusunod na kailangan natin i-check. File and Printer Sharing, Network Discovery, Remote Desktop, Windows Firewall Remote Management, at ang huli na panglima ay ang Windows Remote Management. Laging tatandaan, yung limang chechikan natin. Ang gagawin lang natin matapos ating gawin yan, pindutin lamang ang OK at tignan natin kung naka-turn on ang ating Windows Firewall. Lalo-lalo na't mahalaga ito lalo na sa pagko-configure ng client at ng server. Ngayon naman, kung nagawa na natin to, i-click lang natin ang back button. Dito naman, sa Change Advanced Sharing Settings, pindutin lang natin. Kailangan lahat naka-turn on. Matapos natin i-turn on lahat, liban lamang sa password protection na naka-turn off. Pagkatapos sa public current profile, ganun din ang gagawin natin sa home or work. Lahat naka-turn on. At sa baba, ang password protection ay naka-turn off. Samantala dito, wala na tayong papakialaman sa home work group or home group connection at file sharing connection. Yun lamang ang ating tatandaan. Lahat naka-turn on liban sa password protection na naka-turn off. Pagkatapos natin i-set ang Windows Firewall, ang gagawin naman natin, pupuntahan natin ang server. Ang server, kung paano natin pinerform ang client, ganoon din ang server. On taskbar, may system tray. On the internet icon, right-click, pindutin natin ang Network and Sharing Center. Sa Network and Sharing Center, pindutin lamang natin ang Windows Firewall. Tatandaan, kailangan naka-turn on ang Windows Firewall for our security or the security of server. Ngayon, kung ito naman ay naka-turn off, dito nyo lang pupuntahan. Turn Windows Firewall on or off. Kailangan naka-select sa on. Click natin yung OK. Ngayon naman, ang allow a program through Windows Firewall. Gaya ng ginawa natin sa client, ganun din ang gagawin natin sa server. Kailangan naka-check ang 5 box. File and printer sharing. Pangalawa, network discovery. Pangatlo, remote desktop. Pang-apat, Windows Firewall Remote Management. At ang ikalima, Windows Remote Management. Pagkatapos ma-check ang lahat na box o yung 5 kailangan, pindutin lamang ang OK button. Ngayon, i-close natin to. I-close natin. Ang susunod naman yung step ay mag-peer-to-peer tayo. Bago muna yon, titignan din natin syempre ang gamit ng IP address para na sa ganon, ipag-peer-to-peer din natin ang connectivity ng kanilang IP address. Paano? Dahil nasa server na ako, pipindutin ko ang start menu, click run, at itatype ko CMD. Enter button or select OK button. Ngayon, gusto ko malaman kung anong IP ng server ko. Para malaman natin kung ano ang IP ng server natin, itatype lang natin ang IP config. Pagkatapos i-type, enter using your keyboard, dito mag-a-appear kung ano ang IP ng ating server. Nakalagay 192.168.67.5. Ito ang IP version 4 address ng ating server. Samantalang subnet mask ay 255.255.255.0 at ang default gateway ay 192.168.67.2. Ito ang default gateway o router na kinikilala natin. Siya ang IP address. Ngayon, dahil naalaman natin kung ano ang IP ng ating server, ang gagawin naman natin ay ito. Matapos natin ma-type ang IP config at nakita ang IP ng server, ang gagawin ko naman, itatype ko ang ping o PING. Sa ping, ilalagay ko ang IP ng aking server, 192.168.67.5. Ito yun. Sa IP version 4, i-enter ko, kailangan ang lalabas sa resulta ay 0 loss percent. Nangangahulugan ang aking IP address ay stable. Ganon din ang gagawin ko kay client. Sa shortcut ng keyboard, Windows R, at sa run, i-type ang CMD, enter. Ganon din, para matukoy natin ang IP ng client, itatype ko IP config, enter button. Dito makikita natin na ang IP ng ating client ay 192.168.67.153. Gusto ko makita kung stable ang aking IP address. I-type natin ping 192.168.67.153. Enter. Kailangan ganun din na resulta. Ganun din. 0 loss percent. Ngayon naman, ang gagawin naman natin ay pag-peer-to-peer using the ping from client to server at server to client. Paano yun? Simulan muna natin. Ito-type ulit IP config. Ito ang IP ng aking client. Ang gagawin ko, ita-type ko ang IP ng server. Ping 192.168.67.5. Enter. Kailangan lumabas din ang 0 loss percent nang sa ganon makita niya ang IP ng server. 0 loss percent nakikita ni client. Ngayon naman, gagawin ko naman kay server din. Uulitin din natin kung paano natin ginawa dito. I-type natin ang ping 192.168.67.153. Ito naman ang IP ng client. Pag in-enter ko ito, tignan natin ang kalalabasan. Nagawa natin. Nakikita naman ng server at napiping ng server ang IP ng client. Ibig sabihin, nagkikita sila sa isa't isa. At bilang panghuli, kailangan mag-peer-to-peer sila gamit ang network. Paano? Gamit ang server, start menu, pindutin ang network, at dito, kailangan mag-appear ang computer ng server at client. Ito ang aking server at ito aking client. Tagumpay nating nagawa. Ganun din ang gagawin natin kay client. Sa client naman, start menu, click natin ang computer. Sa computer, pindutin natin sa gawing kaliwa ang network. Kailangan makita ang server at client. Yon, nagawa natin. Si client at si server ay nagkikita sa ating mismong computer na client. So that's all guys. Hopefully may natutunan kayo sa video na to on how perform ang Windows Firewall at mag-set ng peer-to-peer